So first and most important, what is the actual definition of thermodynamics? So thermodynamics is considered with, concerned with, thermodynamics is concerned with first option, total energy of the system, energy change of the system, rate of change, rate of chemical change, mass change in nuclear reaction. So thermodynamics is concerned with energy change in a system. Thermodynamics is concerned with energy change in a system. So an isolated system is that system in which isolated system is that system is a system. An isolated system is that system in which first option, there is no exchange of the energy with the surrounding. There is exchange of the mass and energy with the surrounding. There is no exchange of energy and mass with the surrounding. And fourth option, there is exchange of mass with the surrounding. So thermodynamics is an isolated system, is that system in which there is no exchange of energy and mass with the surrounding. No exchange of energy and mass with the surrounding. That is your isolated system, and is the system in which there is no exchange of energy and mass. That is your isolated system. Third question, A, fill in the blanks in thermodynamics refer to that part of universe, in which observation are made and remaining universe consists of. Suppose this is a part I just want to observe, and remaining part act as an universe. So this is a system. Suppose my pen is a system and this is the surrounding. So that is the part of a system, means system is in thermodynamics. That is a part of the universe where I just want to observe. I am observing what exactly the dimension, how is the length and type of things, and remaining thing like I am also including in the surrounding, you are also including in the surrounding, your mobile phone, your PC is also including in the surrounding. So system is the thermodynamics, and that refers to a part of universe in which observation are made and remaining universe consists of the surrounding. And next question we are having, which of the following factor affect the internal energy of the system? Which of the following factor affect the internal energy of the system? First, we are having the heat passes into or out of the system, work is done on or by the system, matter enter or leave the system, and all of the above. So, matter enter or leave the system, that is the factor that can affect the internal energy of the system. It doesn't depend on the work, doesn't depend on the heat pass, but it depends on the matter enter or leave the system. Next, the Q is the Q is positive when heat is transferred from the surrounding to the system, and Q is negative when heat is transferred from the system by the system, or we can say it is positive when heat is transferred from the surrounding to the system. From, suppose this is the system and heat is transferred directly into it. So system, and this is the surrounding. From the surrounding, heat is entering the system, and Q is negative when heat is transferred from the system to the surrounding, So negative when heat is transferred from the system to the surrounding. The heat required to raise the temperature of body by 1 degree Celsius is called the heat that require to raise the temperature of body by 1 degree Celsius is called thermal heat. So thermal heat is the actual heat that is required to raise the temperature of a body by 1 degree Celsius. Got it? So thermal capacity, that is the heat required to raise the temperature of a body by 1 degree Celsius. Next is Haas law. Haas law is used to calculate. What is Haas law? Haas law is basically relevant to your enthalpy of the reaction. Here we are just calculating the enthalpy of different things in a in a system. So simply in your examination, the question is like from the Haas law. Like Haas law is dealing with the enthalpy of the reaction. Most important. Directly maybe the question in your examination. Next, pick out the wrong statement. You have to find out the wrong statement. First is like what? The standard free energy of formation of all the element is 0. Okay. Second is the process of the process accompanied by a decrease in the entropy is spontaneous under certain condition. Third is the entropy of a perfectly crystalline substance at an absolute 0 is 0. Fourth is the process that leads to increase in free energy will be the spontaneous. So yes, the standard energy of the formation of an element is 0. That is the true statement. The process that accompanies by decrease in entropy is spontaneous under certain condition. Okay, this is also the correct condition. Third one, the entropy of a perfectly crystalline substance at absolute 0 degree Celsius is 0. This statement, student, most important. Previously, many of the time the question was from this, like entropy of an perfectly crystalline substance is 0. Most important, and a process that leads to the increase in the free energy will be spontaneous. No, it may be spontaneous or it may be non-spontaneous, depend on the temperature and requirement of the reaction. So please note that standard free energy of a formation of an element is 0. Entropy of a perfect crystalline substance a crystalline substance at absolute 0 degree Celsius is 0. A process accompanied by decrease in entropy is spontaneous under certain condition. In which of the following entropy decrease? In which of the following entropy decrease? First, we are having the crystallization of source solution, rusting of the iron, melting of the ice, and vaporization of camphor. Crystallization of source solution, that is, in that case, the entropy is decreasing. Rusting of the iron, there is an increase in the randomness. Entropy is basically the randomness of a system. So crystallization of sucrose means the molecules are just combining to each other. It means randomness between the molecules, between the atoms are going to be decreased. It means entropy is directly decreasing. Rusting of the iron, melting of the ice, vaporization of the camphor is the example of an increase in the entropy. In an exothermic reaction, reversible, which of the following has positive value? Which of the following has positive value? One is enthalpy, second is entropy, third is Gibbs free energy, and fourth is none of these. In an exothermic reaction, which of the following is positive? Enthalpy is positive, entropy is positive, Gibbs free energy is positive. So all the three are positive, or we can say, sorry. In an exothermic reaction, basically they are giving the example of the reversible reaction. All are negative. Enthalpy are negative, entropy are negative, Gibbs free energy are negative. So none of them are positive. Got it? Okay. Next question we are having: which of the following pair of a chemical reaction is certain to result in a spontaneous reaction? Student, kindly read the question carefully. Try to resolve your all the doubt here. If any student having any doubt in any of the topic, try to comment. Definitely we will reply. Student, your now efforts is going to decide your tomorrow success. It up to you if you want to convert your now pain into the tomorrow comfortness, or now comfortness into the tomorrow pain. Like it's a simple word that has been said by a very good man: the pain that you feel today will be the strength that you feel tomorrow. So it up to you. You want to convert your pain, today pain, into the tomorrow comfortness, or today comfortness into the tomorrow pain. So please read carefully. Please try to understand the topic. Try to maintain your daily schedule. Got it? Which of the following pair of a chemical reaction is certain to result in a spontaneous reaction? So exothermic and increased disorder. So exothermic, spontaneous, and increasing in the disorder is a chemical reaction that result in the spontaneous reaction. Next, we are having a process in which pressure remain constant. A process in which pressure remain constant, like here is isochoric, isothermal, adiabatic, and isobaric. Isochoric, basically here volume remain constant. Isothermal, here temperature remain constant. Adiabatic, heat remain constant. Isobaric, that is the pressure remain constant. Got it? So isobaric are the process, or we can say these are the reactions in which the pressure remain constant. Next, we are having identify the intensive property from the following. Intensive property, you have to check. Intensive property option are like volume, mass, enthalpy, and temperature. So temperature is an intensive property. Temperature is an intensive property. How, sir? Means they are not added, not additable, not added. How, sir? Suppose you are having the 2 liter of water in one beaker, and in second container you are having the 3 liter. So its total is like 5 liter, na? Same is in this. Suppose someone is having the mass of 70 kg and someone are having the weight of 70 kg. So the total of them is 140 kg. Same is for the enthalpy. But if 1 liter of water is having the temperature of 70 degrees Celsius, and the another liter of water is having the 50 degrees Celsius. So it is not like that their combination is having the 120 degrees Celsius. Combination is having the 120 degrees Celsius. No. Got it? So an endothermic reaction is one in which an endothermic reaction is one in which an endothermic reaction is one in which heat is converted into electricity, heat is absorbed, heat is evolved, heat changed to the mechanical energy. So endothermic means heat is absorbed by the system. Heat is absorbed by the system. Exothermic means heat is evolved from the system. So heat is evolved, and here is heat is absorbed. Heat is absorbed. Heat is absorbed. So endothermic reaction in which heat is absorbed, exothermic reaction in which heat is evolved. Has law deal with has law deal with has law deal with change in heat of reaction, rate of reaction, equilibrium constant, influence of pressure on volume of a gas. So has law deals with change in heat of reaction. Has law deals with change in heat of a reaction. Has law deals with change in heat of a reaction. Any series of operations so carried out that at the end and the system is back to its initial state is called. So any series of operation that has been carried out that at the end and the system is back to its initial state is known as student cyclic process. Simply, suppose you had started your journey from your home, you went to your college, then to the library, then to the fast food shop, then return to the home. So initially you had started your day from home to college to library, then any tuck shop that you are having, any fast food shop, then return to the home. So this is a cyclic process. But like actual cyclic process is like what? Yes, home to college to library, and then return to home. This is an extra, like outside of your you are not dealing area, like on the friend shopping on, like of that, on shopping on mall, on cinema. These type of thing are to be do in a very limited way. Na? Use the substance but not abuse. Got it? So any series of operations so carried out that at the end of the system is back to its initial state is called the cyclic process. When disorder of a system increase, the change is said to be disorder of the when disorder of a system increase, the change is said to be spontaneous. So spontaneous is when disorder of a system increase, the change is said to be a spontaneous. Next, the unit of entropy is Joule Kelvin mole minus. Joule Kelvin mole minus, that is the unit of entropy. Unit of entropy is Joule Kelvin mole minus. Got it? So most important, they can ask the questions directly. What is the unit of entropy? That is Joule Kelvin mole minus. Next, heat required to raise the temperature of 1 mole of a substance by 1 degree Celsius is called, that is, heat required to raise the temperature of 1 mole of a substance by 1 degree Celsius is called molar heat capacity. So molar heat capacity, that is the heat required to raise the temperature of 1 mole of a substance by 1 degree Celsius. Most important. The Gibbs free energy is defined as it is defined as delta G is equal to delta H minus T delta S. So delta G, that is your Gibbs free energy, delta H minus T delta S, that is enthalpy, T is the temperature, and S is the entropy. Got it? So most important, student, they simply ask what about the Has law? Has law tell us the enthalpy of a reaction. What is Gibbs free energy? Gibbs free energy is equal to delta H minus T delta S. Got it? What is the unit of entropy? Like what is the unit of entropy? That is Joule Kelvin mole minus. Next, when disorder of a system is increased, the change is said to be spontaneous. Any series of operations so carried out that at end of the system is back to its initial state, that is cyclic process. Has law deal with the change in heat reaction. The endothermic reaction is one in which heat is absorbed. Identify the intensive property from the following, like temperature is an intensive property. The process in which pressure remains constant is called isobaric. Which of the following pair of a chemical reaction is certain to result in a spontaneous reaction? Exothermic and increase disorder. Got it? So this is done for today's session. In the next session, we will do next part of your Target Pharma 360 series. Up to that, keep watching all these videos that we are uploading on the YouTube. Try to share them with your colleagues, your senior, your junior, your friend, and hydrate your body. Drink more and more water, as hydration can lead to the activation of your mind. That is very essential for a student. So connected with us all the time. We are here, all the team are here for all of you. Any suggestion that you are having, most welcome. So thank you so much and all the best for examination.